We will see you next year, and trust us, it will be bigger, better, and bolder. Thanks for having us.
When I decided to own a team, there was a formula given to us. I'm excited to be, part of the team when all the players are there.
We are absolutely thrilled to have you all here with us today.
Six players from different nationalities, with Ramesh as the captain.
It's cold in London, but it's heating up inside there where Nakamura is playing Magnus Carlsen today in the reverse game. And you don't want to miss this action.
Oh, that's like any other. That's Messi versus Ronaldo, or as in the past, Sachin versus Shane Warne.
When I decided to own a team, there was a formula given to us which said one name which could be my name or the company's name. The second name has to be a region where I choose a geographical region, and the third word has to be a chess-related synonym. So I decided, to represent the Americas region. So that's where the American name came in. And Gambits is a very popular pick series called Queen's Gambit. I thought even the non-chess players will resonate with the word Gambit, so that's why I went with the word Gambits. And Gambit is like a very famous chess word as well.
And the American Gambits are ready to enter the arena.
Yeah, so my early days in chess were quite unusual. I think like many people who get into the game of chess, I came from a chess family, so I had a stepfather who was quite renowned. He was a FIDE master, so quite strong as a player, but also a coach. And then my brother also was a pretty strong junior player in the United States of America. And so because they were playing as a kid, I naturally ended up going to tournaments alongside them. I was not competitive. But then I sort of got the bug. I tried playing chess, and I took it up. So the start was definitely a little bit unusual, but it was good that I was around other chess players. So otherwise, I never would have gotten into the game.
It began when I was 4 years old. My grandpa teach me how to play. Yes, when I was 4.
Was in the final place last year after half of the tournament, but they had all the black games remaining, right? So they got black and they kept winning. I mean, Jonas would know, right? he made the winning move. So
in the first half we choose the colors. Yeah. In the second half we just
it's just automatic.
American Gambits is our team. It's the both of us managing 6 players from different nationalities, with Ramesh as the captain of this team.
Well, like every other child, I was very much into cricket. In 1989, around that period when Anand became India's first Grandmaster, I was inspired by that. I thought I will also try to become a Grandmaster in chess, and that's how I came to chess.
I was born and raised in a very small village in Denmark with my parents, and I went to a very little village school. So in elementary school, it was a very regular, normal school I went to. But after that one, I took actually 2 gap years focusing on chess. But unfortunately, those 2 years were the years of COVID.
我学国际象棋还是挺有趣的，因为我家里没有人会下国际象棋。我记得在7、8岁的时候，一次偶然的机会接触到了国际象棋。当时学校里，发给每个学生一个填写的单子，问你想免费学兴趣班，免费学国际象棋，还是中国象棋，还是围棋。至今我都不记得是 我选的还是我父母选的，因为我记得我那时候拿着那张表回到了家里，问选哪个，但是多年以后，我的父母告诉我是我自己选择的国际象棋。
I'm playing chess for already more than 20 years, which is quite something, given that I'm 26 at the moment. I started playing chess when I was 5. You know, my mother back at the time wanted to find some talent in me, so I tried many different things, many like sport disciplines, you know, tennis, table tennis, swimming and so on, and chess was along it. Yeah, and I fell in love with chess. At that age, right now I can't really, you know, say why. I just fell in love, and quickly become quite good in it. Yeah, and that's how my career started, actually.
You can just tell, especially being a new team here. I got a lot to show. American Gambits, we're going to do our thing here, and they did that.
So you put human beings on the chessboard and everybody is featuring a different piece. I like these kind of ideas a lot, and they are also very nice for the spectators. So I think a kind of live board with human beings who are like dressed as a bishop, as a knight, as a king and so on could be something which I would even say is, first of all, from the visual point of view, very nice, and second of all, even for like people who are not connected to chess, it can be actually like something, yeah, some highlight.
We're playing them in from 1 hour in just 2 hours, and we are ironing each other's jerseys.
So in another 5 minutes, I would expect the captains and all the players to move to that side where we will start the securities.
Brad Mumba Masters taking on the American Gambits as we see.
American Gambits really striking hard on board number 2 here.
But more than getting the toss our way, we would want the results to be our way as well.
Then Hikaru is a speed monster. He sees things at the speed of lightning. There he's attacked the pawn, but MBL moves in with his king. The American Gambits have been absolutely dominant on the other boards. It's an 11-6 victory. Oh, American Gambits. They are the sizzlers. They are sizzling, you know, the ups and downs and the environment, the positivity, not just from the team owner, but from the players, from the management staff. They are adding sizzle, so to speak, sizzle to the team. They are the sizzlers of GCL.
Are we ready for game 2 at PVG Alaska Knights and the American Gambits? Come on in. By Bibisara, and another win for PPG Alaskan Knights.
Not coming. Rook B6 is coming. Rook B check is if you want Rook B5, Rook B5.
When we even would have lost the match. When they would have lost the match, but slightly closer, yeah. I have learnt is when I was a player, I used to be constantly reacting to whatever is happening. Like if I win a game, I'll become very happy and overconfident. If I lose a game, I'll become very sad and lose confidence in myself. So very reactionary in my younger days. And then when I became a trainer, and then I saw that this is happening to everyone, winning and losing. So eventually, what matters is in the long run, we have to reach our true potential. Whatever we are capable of, how close we go to reaching our potential is what matters. So I think it's very important to moderate our reactions to things that happens around us. I think that makes us more efficient.
We support Team American Gambits. Go for it.
We support American Gambit. Good luck this year. Go American Gambit.
We support the American Gambits team. Yeah!
Trophies.
Have to go all the way down and take a U-turn in the traffic, which doesn't make sense. So another 100 meters, and we walk carefully and go to Fred's house. Okay? Yeah. We're quite close. Fred's house is about 200 meters on the right, so it's not going to be a long walk. and it's a nice sunny London day, so it'll be okay. Yeah. No reason to be stressed out. It's all going to be okay. They'll wait for us. No issues. Okay. So this is like one of those situations where we're all prepared for. I've spoken to everybody, so all good. Yeah. Don't get stressed.
This is a pretty unusual scene actually. Both the teams are late, so I think the match is going to start here. Let's see what happens.
American Gambits up against the Triveni Continental Kings.
American Gambits is my ultimate favorite team. So I think the emotion that American Gambits bring to the game and bring to our actions is extremely high. Prachura really is a fantastic guy, and to have him along as an owner who's engaged, who I can rely on to kind of be on the side of what is logical and correct at every stage, and who understands sportsmanship. That really means a lot.
A victory for the Triveni Continental Kings, no defeats, 3 draws and 3 wins with black pieces.
The race to the Global Chess League finals is heating up, and we've got 4 big matches coming up, starting with the American Gambits taking on the Ganges Grandmasters.
One of you just guess a world famous person, character.
We can just give everyone like a character and nobody knows because it's on our forehead and we have to guess who we are.
Yes, it's easier.
It's easier, but we need some kind of clue to stick it. So for example, like she can be Britney Spears, but she doesn't know, but she has to find out with questions. It's yes and no. And once there's no, the next one is.
I had 2 glasses of white wine. But it's not okay, I wouldn't even call it embarrassing, but like when I was much younger, I had an opponent with whom I always lost. And at some point it became quite psychological in a way, and then I thought like, okay, I have to kill my nerves, I have to calm me down. So I decided to do this experiment and to have like two glasses of wine before the game. The good part was I was so relaxed, but the bad part was I understood that my calculation is a little bit tipsy, so back this time I thought like maybe I should level the amount of alcohol and time between, before the game and then during the game a little better. But I think this is like what probably was the most extraordinary thing I did before the game.
I started playing chess when I was 4.5 years old. I'm 32 now. It's been 25 plus years in my journey in chess. Before I was a player. At one time I even coached people, and now I'm owning a chess team. So my journey of chess has been through all the 3 modes, where I've been a player, I've been a coach, now I'm owning a team, and even other aspects of life where I do my film production and my other businesses and so on. I do things which is related to chess, like my film banner, the animation is completely chess related. Other logos and all they all have some correlation to chess. So chess has been like throughout my life, I can say. Since the time I can remember, since the time I've been like a kid and I can have my memory as far back as possible, I've remembered playing chess. So it's like bread and butter, or like something which I do, like how you get up and you take a shower, it's like that for me. Chess has been there throughout, even though I have not been an active player for quite some time now.
The American Gambits are ready to take on the Ganges Grandmasters. Hikaru Nakamura and Anand have led their teams out just a moment ago. The crowd is going absolutely nuts here.
2 moves per second.
Yeah.
He's not
and
even losing a second.
And now it comes. And now the king comes up.
Oh, what did he do? Check. Oh, it's a draw. He can actually claim a draw now. He can.
How much time is on the clock though, Saga? And this is what's...
Oh, he drew. I don't think he can survive this. Hikaru keeps giving checks.
And did you see the hand shaking? 3 seconds, only 2 seconds left on the clock.
This is heartbreaking.
Both player of the match is Hikaru Nakamura of American Gambits. So much needed victory for American Gambits.
I think obviously the last couple of matches did not go our way, but today it felt like everybody was pretty solid. I had some moments where I could have made a draw, but I kept pushing, and to be honest, I would have preferred not to have flagged Vishy and won the way I did, but at the end of the day, it's a team event, and we weren't doing so well, so I'm pretty happy with the result. thing that all the top chess players do very well is they give off this impression of being very, very confident and always trusting themselves, always knowing what they're doing. I mean, I would kind of, equate it to, say, tennis, for example, where when one of these top players has the rack in their hand, you feel like they can do anything. They're magicians. I mean, they have complete control. And I think in chess, people assume that we always know what we're doing, we always have the correct assessments, but I think there's a lot of doubt and uncertainty throughout the course of a game. Whether it's myself or other top players, I think most people don't actually realize that. They think that, we have everything under control, we know exactly what we're doing, and we're complete geniuses. But more often than not, there's a lot of doubt in our head.
It's cold in London, but it's heating up inside there where Nakamura is playing Magnus Carlsen today in the reverse game. And you don't want to miss this action.
Look at this. What has just happened? Too good. Too good. Absolute brilliance there on the board by both these players. This is pure magic.
Oh, that's like any other. That's Messi versus Ronaldo, or as in the past, Sachin versus Shane Warne. It's the rivalry for the ages. It's beyond chess. It's beyond sport. It's a magical rivalry. Rivalries actually tend to drive a sport forward. Be it tennis, be it cricket, be it any sport. It has always led to the game propelled forward, because champions, when they have a hard competitor, they usually tend to raise their game, and with that they raise the entire chess as a whole. So extremely exciting. We've got the format promises 2 games, one with Hikaru in white and Magnus in black, and vice versa. So phenomenal.
Smiles on both of their faces. They loved playing this game. They were enjoying it.
Actually, it's good that you lost today, not in some crucial match. Even if you lose the match, it's fine.
The results at the moment are not so great, but I'm especially happy that we have a team leader like Hikaru, because Hikaru is engaging a lot, he is always there, and this is something which actually I experienced the first time. I have some comparison with last year, and I can tell that at least from the spirit, from the whole atmosphere, it's great. And also, like, for example, just that yesterday we played some games in the room with our team members. I never had this last year. Last year I hardly saw anyone of my team apart from the games, and that's kind of, I would say, unique. For the other teams I can't speak because I'm not in their teams, but in general I think it's a great event, and of course it's a lot of fun.
Because one of the biggest drawbacks to being a professional chess player is that you tend to be alone. It's a solitary sport or a game. You basically have yourself, maybe your trainer, and I mean, I'm sure in this documentary there are going to be other chess players that were spoken to, and I'm betting that most of them are going to say the vast majority of their friends are probably people that they know through the professional chess scene, people who've played most of their lives and are competing in these same events. And so for me, being able to really find that outlet, finding something connected to just that could basically help other people out was tremendous, and it's been great on all fronts.
We would have very much liked to have Artemiev Vladislav, who I've heard is a very nice, very sweet gentleman. I had many conversations with him prior to this event. I was in touch with him, and unfortunately, most of the Russian players didn't get visas, or they didn't receive visas on time due to whatever reasons.
And so we got this team composition, which I was reasonably happy with. But unfortunately, like Artemiev did not get the UK visa to come and play for our team. That was a small blow even before the event started. And we had to choose between Peter Spidler or Yuan Yi. And after toss, I believe we got Yuan Yi in the team. And he has lost one game to Mamedyarov, where he had a comfortable position but made a pawn blunder and then lost the game. and after that he has made all the games ended in a draw.
And that actually sort of affected us because we were expecting Artemiev to come on third board and just kill everyone, right? We wanted him to just defeat everyone, and Artemiev is someone who Hikaru also wanted. So when I asked Hikaru who do you want in the team, he had mentioned two names. He had mentioned Arjun Erigaisi and he had mentioned Artemiev.
Ah, this song. Okay. Yeah, so this song, I have these playlists. Sometimes I make changes to playlists, sometimes I have other people who make changes. And for whatever reason, this song was on the playlist the day that I played against Magnus in the Bullet Chess Championship, I believe, final last year, if I'm not mistaken. And it came on and I just put it basically on repeat because I really, really like the rhythm. And I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's the rhythms, but there definitely are certain songs when you're playing in a chess competition that end up, you just put them on repeat and it helps you play great. So I think that song played a huge role in my victory over Magnus last year.
The action continues with the Ganges Grandmasters up against the American Gambit.
I was in the wedding of Harika Tronavali, and in this wedding, during this Mehendi function, there was a kind of gypsy, or I don't know how you call them in India, but there was a guy who was looking at your hands and looking at you, and then the guy told me that my lucky number is 7. So that's why, okay, I have 7 on my back, but 1 month later, I went to the European Championship in Rapid and in Blitz. I was starting number 7 in the Rapid event, and I was starting number 17 in the Blitz event. I got first in the Rapid and I got second in the Blitz. So I thought maybe this Indian gypsy taught me something for life, and since this time, the only superstition I have is when I started a tournament as number 7.
Yeah, I think it's one of the friendliest teams, with high team spirits, I heard. I heard everyone was playing Blitz together, and also one of the corners is Prachuda, and yeah, I know he's very cool corner, so it's definitely a nice thing. And also I saw the song Anthem, and I think it's the only team to have that, so it's very unique.
Two things that we have done very differently compared to others is, one is the fan experience is completely transformed from season 1 to season 2. We borrowed a little bit from boxing. So if you see the arena, there is a TV on the top. There is pyros that come out when players come out. The music, the light, the whole experience, the screaming fans, the Mexican way, that's all different. Not just from season 1, but nothing you've seen like that in the rest of the world.
Or if I would play against a 6 or 7 year old, I would laugh a lot, because I remember when I was 8 years old, they asked me, some kind of TV channel came to my home and they asked me what idol I had. And I answered back this time that I don't have any idol, the only idol I have is myself, because I never know how good I will become, and if I get the best in the world, it would be a kind of fatal mistake to have a different idol than myself. So this was me at the age of 8. So I can imagine if I would play again against me at the age of 8, probably I would laugh a lot, because I would remember all these kind of crazy and absurd mindsets.
最有趣和最难忘的国际战绩发生的，因为这20年里面参加的国际比赛特别的多，我都有的时候有一些忘记或者说是记不清了。我只能说说我最近印象比较深刻的一件事情是，我在土耳其联赛，就是说我当时走完了一步棋， 我出去大概是去转了一圈，看看别的队的棋。等我回来了以后，我以为我对手走棋了，我接着又走了一步，然后我的对手就很意外地看着我，然后我才意识到他没有走棋，就是等于我连走了2步棋，可能注意力不够集中。对，这是我最近印象比较深刻的。然后在10年前，这并不是我第一次干这件事情。10年前，我记得是11年前还是10年前，我记得是13年还是14年的维克安泽，我当时也是白棋，当时对杨迪嘛，然后我当时也是走完了一步棋后，我去趟洗手间，我回来以后以为对方走棋了，我又走了一步。对，所以说这件事情是我最近印象比较深刻的，就是说我连续走了2次的棋，比较有趣。对。
We started off with a win in the first round of the event, and the second round we lost to Triveni, and by a huge margin as well. So I hope we'll be able to pay back our respect in this round.
We are here for the big matchup. The Triveni Continental Kings take on the American Gambits.
It was a crazy game, and I'm happy that I'm not losing on time because it will be not so good. And I think I have at some moment winning position, and I hope that I played normal and finally we won the match. It was my first game where I have just seconds and we just play for a time. I have, I think, 2 rooks at night.
Oh my gosh, at the last 10 seconds, they started like immediately playing with each other. Oh my gosh.
No, it's a good win because we won 3 games with the black pieces. Increasing our game points.
That was a big one there, and it actually set the tone for the match because with that win, you know, it gave the American Gambits the much needed lead.
You know, chess is very fair, sometimes too fair. Like, you don't really have it in other sports.
A balance between like how serious to be on chess, between chess and school and friends and so on. Because of course you have to, if you want to, you know, be really good at chess, you have to use a lot of time on it and travel a lot. So sometimes you'll maybe miss out on some social things and parties and so on in school. So for me, it's always been a balance because, you know, I'm trying to do both basically, but it's at times not so easy.
I met Pachura back in 2015 at a tournament in Vegas. Actually, it was 9 years ago to the day, I think. You know, I spoke to him. He was very excited about having me compete for the team. And as a new team, you definitely want to give it your all. And I actually really have enjoyed this event. The spirit of the team has been very good. We've been a little bit unlucky in some of the critical games, but I think, you know, just when you have the right players, you have the right mood, good things can happen. And Pachura has been very supportive. I think Ramesh as well has done a very good job, and the results haven't been what we would have liked for them to have been, but overall it's been a success in my opinion.
We did not have any player who is very consistent in the sense we were not sure that from this board we will get a point. So we did not have that kind of, for example, in Triveni team, they had Ali Reza on the top board who has won many games, consistently giving some points. And in many teams, like in another team, Mamad Yarov has been giving points. In Alaska team, they have Nihal Sareen who has been winning quite regularly and so on. So in many of the teams, they had one player who was consistently giving the wins at crucial moments. In our team, it did not happen. Like one player, I mean, everyone has lost. There is not a single player who has not lost a game. So I think these two are the things that went against us.
This match is so important for both the sides, especially for the American Gambits because they are 3 points behind the Alpine SG Pipers. Oh, they have drawn. Yeah. They have drawn. So there we have a clear result on board 1.
The Mumba Masters, the American Gambits, and the Ganges Grandmasters, it's no longer possible to catch those top three, in part because the teams in second and third actually play each other on the final day.
It was very disappointing, but okay, it's not like we have lost everything. We still have something to fight for. So that I think should keep the team going, and that's keeping me going as well. Yeah.
I don't believe in good luck. The concept of luck itself is, how I see is like, when you do everything right and still sometimes things can go wrong, and unexpectedly you will get some good results when you least expect it, and we call it as luck. So, but we also get some beatings unexpectedly.
I'm pretty sure all the players are competitors, none of the chess players like to lose. I mean, if they're the kind of people who are okay with losing, they would have never been in this position. They would never be champions of the game. And all our players and all the players playing here are all champions of the game. They have achieved a lot to be in this position.
Thankfully, chess has no gender, age, or regional bias. With internet connectivity in most parts of the world, you can get hold of chess knowledge, chess, all kinds of inputs on internet at zero cost if you need to. And you can play free on various chess platforms. So that has led, and especially COVID has ignited that, and culturally important shows like Queen's Gambit has just added fuel to fire. So it's growing rapidly in lots of parts of the world. Parents are encouraging children. Those who had lost touch with chess once they grew up are getting back in touch with the game again. So you have a very vibrant, rich chess culture emerging, more like a second coming of chess.
American Gambits is an honest attempt by an actual chess lover and a passionate chess promoter.
It's a great team. I'm very happy to be playing for the team. We have a very good team spirit.
7 different stakeholders from 7 different countries trying to be a team and trying to win a league, which is so difficult to win, right? Because you have all the top players in the world coming and competing, and none of the teams are weak. It's not like any of the teams are like a pushover or a walkover, It is so difficult, and I feel that in the end we have achieved maybe not 100% of team bonding, but I'm pretty sure we have a decent level of that the bonding has come in.
And for some of the players I've spoken to, it's the pride at stake. We want to show that we are not pushovers. And the other thing is, like, we still can fight for the 4th place, and there is some decent money for the players. I hope the players will find one of this motivating enough to give their best today.
Jonas lost the game, but American Gambits won. It's actually quite an important win for the American Gambit. There is a 4th prize at stake. There is a good prize money, and they are all fighting for it.
This is our first season. Like, the players are not motivated enough without fans, so everybody wants more and more fans, and that's the same with us as well. I mean, without fans there are no players, and without players there is no team, and without team there's no league. They are the root of everything.
Stakes are high, the pressure is on, with the American Gambits taking on the PBG Alaska Knights.
Every now and then I have a game with them where I still notice some symptoms, of being overly impressed by them. And even today, at one point, I spent a little too much time for no reason other than that just being Hikaru. So there's a little bit of that always. But it's fun, they're great players, and it motivates me very much to do well. And every time I manage to win a game or two against them, I feel at the top of the world.
The PBG Alaska Knights finished their group stage campaign in style, taking down the American Gambits with a crushing performance.
We thought luck would play its part, but it did play its part, but for the other team, not for the Gambits.
这是我第一次代表 American Gambit， 对，我最大的感受就是大家整体的氛围还不错。刚开始的时候，我们大家也不是很熟悉，虽然都见过，但是因为我的语言问题，可能融入不进来。但是因为对我的好朋友杨帆，然后的帮助，然后跟大家每天就是说。
It's just unfortunate we could not deliver in our performance. He deserved a top 3 finish in this tournament, and we were not able to give.
The team is amazing, and the team has built this beautifully. We look forward to carrying it forward and making season 3 even bigger.
Next season, I think we should look to make the team stronger. Maybe get some fresh players in, or we stick with the same players and give them more confidence. But as of now, if you're asking me this question, we will be back with a bang.